In consideration of our message tonight, the scripture is John chapter 16 and verse number 33. John chapter 16, verse number 33. Recently, when actor Chadwick Boseman died, there was great concern, conversation at least, about what it means to have a superhero. Perhaps as children, we all had superheroes or people we looked up to. But at some point as an adult, we should be beyond the need of a superhero. There are people who played various roles, like Superman, for example, who as children we look to as our heroes. In the Superman family, there is what is called the Superman curse, because it seems that something tragic or near tragic happened in the lives of those who played Superman. Kirk Allen, who played Superman back in the 1940s for a brief time, found himself typecast and his career ruined by having played the Superman role. George Reeves, who played Superman in the 50s, died a mysterious death. It was ruled a suicide, but all indications is that it was certainly something more sinister, especially since George Reeves was having an affair with the wife of MGM exec Eddie Mannix. How can a person commit suicide? The gun is found under their body, and there's no fingerprints on the gun. I'd say there's something sinister there. Then in 1978, the Superman film came out. The little boy who played Superman, Lee Quigley, he too died a premature death. In 1991, at age 14, he died from having inhaled solvents, a practice not uncommon amongst people in abusing drugs, a means of inhaling toxic chemicals to get high. And of course, we all know about Christopher Reeve and how he had become paralyzed after riding a horse back in 1995. And unfortunately, even his wife, Dana, had a tragic death. She died of lung cancer, though she never smoked a cigarette in her life. Some have called this the Superman curse. I don't believe it was a curse. I believe it just shows that all of these people, Kirk Allen, George Reeves, Christopher Reeves, Lee Quigley, all of these were just people who were subject to the same faults, the same failures, same headaches and heartaches, same problems as anyone who lives in a fallen creation. I wanted to share this with you for this specific reason. Tomorrow is election day, and unfortunately, many who are going to the polls on either side are looking for something that we don't recognize we already have. People are not looking for Superman per se, but they're looking for a hero. And that's so unfortunate that we've put so much stock in man, not recognizing that man is fallible and subject to the same weaknesses of the flesh as other men. John chapter 16, verse 33 teaches us an invaluable lesson. That is, we already have a superhero. His name is Jesus. And while I would not discourage anyone from voting on tomorrow, I would certainly say don't put your superhero hopes in a Democrat or Republican candidate. Put your hopes in the candidate who has risen above of this world and who has claimed victory over sin and death. In John chapter 16 and verse 33, Jesus says, "These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." Beloved, why do we look to candidates, companies, policies, practices of mere humans to make our lives better. Yes, cast your vote, and don't be discouraged if your candidate doesn't win. Don't be overly confident if your candidate does win. Have faith and rest assured that our candidate, or at least the person that we should at least have the confidence in, Jesus the Christ, he sits high and he looks low. He may not have donned a cape, but he did go to Calvary's cross, and he rose victoriously from the grave. As a kid, I liked Superman, but as a mature man, as a mature Christian man, my hero will not be on a candidate or ballot tomorrow for candidacy for office. My superhero is in heaven. His name is Jesus. This has been another installment of A Few Minutes with the Minister. We hope that you've been blessed. Remember to vote, but also remember that your citizenship is in heaven.